Hello and welcome. Today we are going to be reading a story called At the Old Haunted House. At the old haunted house in a room with no sun lived a warty green witch and her wee witty one. Spell, cried the witch. Poof, cried the one, and they both practiced spells in the room with no sun. At the old haunted house where the cold draft blew lived a big ma monster and her wee monsters too. Stir, cried the ma. We stir, cried the two. And they whirled and they twirled while the cold draft blew. By the old haunted house in the dead hollow tree lived a scrawny black cat and her wee kittens 3. Scratch, cried the mother. Meow, cried the 3, and they scratched and they growled in the dead hollow tree. At the old haunted house with the squeaky old floor lived a green paw goblin and his wee goblins 4. Dust, called the paw. We dust, called the 4, and they spread lots of dust on the squeaky old floor. At the old haunted house where scary things jive lived a ma werewolf and her wee wolfies 5. Howl, cried the ma. Ow, wailed the 5, and they yowled and they howled where the scary things jive. In the old haunted house in a vault made of bricks lived a papa vampires, and his little vamps 6. Show fangs, cried papa. Hish, went the 6, and they snarled and they shrieked in the vault made of bricks. At the old haunted house, teaching a lesson was a hairy mom bat and her bitsy bat 7. Dip dive, cried the mom. Flip flap went the 7, and they dipped and they dove in their dip diving lesson. By the old haunted house near the graveyard gate lived a spooky dad ghost and his wee ghosties 8. Boo, cried the 8. Haunt, cried the dad, and they booed and they floated through the graveyard gate. At the old haunted house, half covered in vines, lived a mummy mommy and her wee mummies 9. Mix, called the mommy. We mix, called the 9. And they stirred and they mixed in the house with the vines. At the old haunted house in the dusty old den lived a fat ma spider and her wee spiders 10. Spin, cried the ma. Weave, oh, said the 10, and they spun sticky webs in the dusty old den. At the old haunted house, the front door creaked. The ghost shrieked, eek, when the children yelled, trick or treat! Come in, called Mom Mummy. The monsters made stew, the mummies made cake, the witches zapped brew. The creatures all grinned as they struck up the band, and the spiders all swung on the sticky web strands. The ghosts floated as the music played, black cats scratched and werewolves blayed. The vampire band played music all night, and they all had fun at the Halloween fright. That was a fun book talking about all about what's going on in that haunted house. Now it's your turn to make a story and create your haunted house. Go ahead and get out your bag that you got at your last pickup. Inside are some adjectives on this side right here. Now, adjectives are describing words. It would be pretty boring if we didn't use adjectives when we were writing because it describes all of those words and lets the reader imagine them in their head. So here are some Halloween adjectives that you may use to describe your haunted house. You're going to make your haunted house out of your bag. That's right, it's a dual purpose. It's not just holding everything that you have in there, but it's also going to be your haunted house. Now inside you have things like googly eyes, you have different color paper, you have some stickers, and a pipe cleaner. This is going to be your house, just like this. You can use the paper to create some windows, doors, maybe a chimney, a tree to go out in the front, and you also each have some stickers. They may not look just like mine because everybody got different ones, but you also have those used to decorate your haunted house. Now, I'm just asking you to do the front, but if you want to do the sides and the back, you may do so also. You have those googly eyes and that pipe cleaner to get a little bit more creative if you wish. After you've created your haunted house, you are going to be writing all about it because you need to move. So your haunted house is going to be up for sale. It says your haunted house you created is now for sale. You need to write a paragraph with at least 5 to 6 sentences that describes all the features of your haunted house. Make sure you use adjectives to describe it. Don't forget, you find your adjectives right on the back. Use some of these adjectives and see how many you can use in your 5 to 6 sentence paragraph. I can't wait to see a picture of not only your writing, but of your haunted house too. Have a great day. Whoa, ah, ah.